Hey everybody, Hunter G in here again, and I finally got me a set of wheels that hopefully won't break down on me in 2 years like my Hyosung did. That was a mistake, and I beg all of y'all, if you ever get a chance to buy one, pass on it every chance you get. Good bikes, but they are not worth the hassle. This is a 2010 Harley-Davidson XR1200 Sportster. It came out in 2008, 2009, and it was supposed to be a throwback. Well, it is a throwback to the I believe it's a 70s XR750, the one that Evel Knievel jumped in his stunts. I'm not going to be doing any jumping in this one, maybe. Right now it's still in the break-in period. And see exactly how many miles it has on it here. I'm not sure if I can do it without the... Yep, here we go. 32 miles is all it's got on it. And let me tell you one thing, guys. This thing is snappy. I mean, it's supposed to be, it's a 1200 sport cruiser, but dear Lord, I had a 919 before this, and that thing scared me. It was so quick. And this is just as bad. It is. I mean, wow. It's insane how powerful this thing is. Just at the twist of a throttle, it is just insane. And I've been so anxious to get this. I've nearly made myself sick. But now that I've got it, I've calmed down. I'm good. And I could not be happier at this thing. I finally got a bike that I know I can take on trips and not have to worry about it breaking down. In fact, I missed out on the ride to the Ozarks vlogger trip last year, and I didn't get to go this year because I didn't have the bike yet. So hopefully I can go next year if I don't wreck it. My dad had to ride it to the store where I work because I was in the company truck, and of course I couldn't leave the company truck there at the dealership to ride it to work. But it was just a big thing. My dad's ridden dirt bikes. He's ridden bikes that he said you don't steer it, you just twist the throttle and hang on. That's all you could do. And he said he's scared of this thing. It is hard work walking around holding a camera and talking and breathing at the same time. I'm getting kind of short-winded. I am fat. Okay, let's start it up and hear what it sounds like. Said I just want to hear it again anyway. Yeah. It's neutral. Okay. I've never owned a Harley, and at the dealership here in Jonesboro, they treated me like a king. I mean, they took me around the dealership, showed me, introduced me to everybody, showed me the parts book of all the accessories I could get for it, which isn't much. But, I mean, I bought 2 other bikes before this one, and none of them have given me that kind of treatment. I don't know if this camera can pick that thing shaking like that. I know it's a Harley, it's supposed to do that, but that's a whole lot of motor. And there's some noises, some clicks. There's some noises and clicks that are going to have to be worked out of it. I'm going to ride it, get it up to the first service, get that done, and go from there. And this is kind of give you a look when I get the camera back in my helmet again. I'm going to give you a look what y'all should be looking at. the wide dirt bike, or not dirt bike, flat track style bars, those are hard to get used to, and they actually put a lot of weight on your wrists. The clutch, when I first kept reading that they're real hard to hold in and whatnot. Of course, sitting on the showroom floor it's not bad, but when you get out riding, you're having to sit there and hold it, till whenever. It's a totally different story when you're actually out there doing anything. Only thing I don't like about it, I mean, when you're actually riding, it's not bad, but the gauge or the dial for the speedometer, right there, it's slightly hard to read. I mean, it's not bad. It has a nice big tachometer. It's just an old school look, old school feel, which I like. That's kind of what I've been looking for. And I know I could have got a lot better bike for the money. And I know this is going to sound very Harley-ish. But I've looked at other bikes. I've never seen a bike with so much character, so much style than the XR. Even my dad's bike. My dad could have got a gold wing cheaper, or for as much money, and got a whole lot more stuff than his electric glide. But I sat on a gold wing. I don't like it. There's nothing about it. It's a chunk of plastic, over a humongous motor. There's nothing. It does too much for you. It's too, I guess you could say it's too good. There's nothing about it. Whereas his bike and my bike, and you actually have to know what you're doing for the most part. I mean, I've heard people say the reason why a lot of police, like city police, use Harleys is because they don't take any skill to ride. And while that may be true, but in terms of styling, Harley has got all the competition beat. A friend of mine, he was saying how for the more power, more torque, less price, the Aprilia 750 Shiver. I sat on a Shiver. There was a place here in town that sold Aprilias for a while. I didn't like it. There's nothing about it that just said, oh my God, I have to have this bike. The XR, on the other hand, the styling is just insane. I've never seen a bike like that, short of the XR 750, but that was 30 years ago. So I just got off work a little while ago, so I'm a bit tired. I'm not going to do any riding right now. I want to keep my camera with me tomorrow when I get off of work. I'll take you down 141. I'm not going to do a whole lot of talking because I'll need to concentrate. Tires are still fresh, motor is still fresh, so I'm not going to do a lot of hard riding. But I am going to go back to my usual, not really say much about anything, and insanely boring videos like I used to. But now I have a bike that I can actually talk about with some enthusiasm. Whereas the Haisung, I said it was a good bike, but at the same time I was biting my lip trying to keep a straight face. So I want to change up my ending part of my videos. Instead of saying usual 100G in, out, I'm just going to say everybody ride safe. It doesn't matter what you ride, but ride safe. See you guys.